Welcome to Tuesday Review Day. Today we're taking a look at a plugin that is actually just a combination of other plugins that we've already looked at. Thank you so much for tuning in to Tuesday Review Day here on Top Mop Productions. Real quick before we get into the video, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for checking out this video. It really means a lot and it helps out my channel a lot whenever you can support in any way, whether that be liking, just viewing, commenting, anything. Tell me what you think of any of the plugins that I've reviewed and leave a comment saying if there's a specific plugin that you'd like to see me review. I'm always looking for new ideas and things that people want to see. And be sure to subscribe. It'll help out my channel a lot, especially when it comes to beating any algorithms or wrenches that YouTube might throw at me. So like I said, the plugin that we're checking out today is a combination of multiple other plugins that I've already taken a look at. And they're all from the same series of plugins from Waves, and that is the R channel. It is a combination of the R comp, the Renaissance compressor, and the REQ, the Renaissance equalizer. Both of those are plugins that I thoroughly enjoy. I'll have links to those down below or hopefully at the end of this video. But on top of just those two being combined together, it also has its own built-in gate. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So it's got a very similar layout to the REQ and the R compressor that we've taken a look at in the past. Really right off the bat, you can see that the difference between the R channel and the REQ is that you are limited in the number of bands that you can have. So on the REQ, you can have up to 6 bands at once. But similarly to the REQ, on the R channel you have the gain, frequency, and the Q options. One thing that is nice is on the R channel, on every frequency band you have the low R shelf to mess with, and here the high R shelf. You can do that on every frequency with that little lift there right above the shelf or right next to the shelf. On the REQ you only have that on the highest and the lowest, because here in the middle you just have the bell and high shelf. With the R channel you can have any one of these frequency bands do that R shelf option. Now moving on from that, you do have these two view options for the EQ where you can focus on individual bands at a time, or you can just have the overall look. That's something that's in the REQ as well. You can turn on and off your EQ with this button right here, since you don't have an on off like you do on the gate and the compressor. As well with the view, you also have this option where you can see the frequency response, the RTA. I stay grounded. You see all of the frequency responses across there. Down here you have the gate, you have the on off, you can choose expander and gate. I wish that there was an R gate plugin. That might be something that they're working on. That might be something that I just don't know about. I thought I looked it up beforehand, but I don't believe that there is an R gate plugin to have. So you can't get as detailed as I've seen with some other gate plugins, but you do have your release, the floor, and the overall threshold here on the left. And you can see it engaged here on the right. Right next to it is the threshold. You have R compressor and the R Vox. Those are just two different types of compressor options. The R Vox, I believe, just does its own automatic ratio. You have the threshold, attack, release. If you are just wanting an easy control, you do have the ARC, the ARC. It's the auto release control that helps you control the release on the compressor itself. Here along the bottom of both, you see this SC. I believe this stands for side chaining. So you can side chain, compress, and gate your signal, whether it be from an internal source or an external source. And you also can do the internal source pre-EQ. So any EQ that you do up here, you can have that not affect how the compressor and gate are cueing the channel. So if you turn this on, you can set the frequency and even the bandwidth of that frequency response area. So you can have it so this frequency selection is what cues the gate or what cues the compressor. And these are marked by the orange and blue. And now you have different bandwidth options. So you have a high pass filter, a basic EQ bump, and then even a cut here, as well as a low pass filter. Moving on from there, you can choose whether it goes dynamics or EQ first. So with dynamics, it would be running the signal through the compressor and gate and then through the EQ. With the EQ to dynamic, it would be running through the EQ and then going to the dynamics. This setting can be helpful in a couple different ways. I know personally when I mix, I like to do a detail to EQ, then a compressor, then a general EQ, and either a bus compressor or a compressor on that specific channel. So this compressor I would use to actually even out the signal from this channel, and then any second compressors would just be some sort of like coloration or something to add some character to the track itself. And then lastly, here on the bottom, you do have a polarity switch. So that's always good to know. You always want to make sure that you know what channels have a polarity switch, because that can be such a useful tool, especially when you're running into any phasing issues. But yeah, that's the basics. That's what there is for the R channel. You do have your couple different skin options. The legacy one throws my mind for a loop, so I prefer to stick with the light or dark option. But yeah, and if you click this load option up here, you have a reset PA default. You have presets from all of these artists that you can look through. Some of them have multiple, some of them have just one preset, and then you also have factory presets. These are from Waves themselves. But that's it for the R channel. It is a straightforward channel strip plugin that is great to use if you need only one plugin on a channel, or if you're running low on time so you want to have your entire workflow set up in one plugin. The R channel is a great choice because it has your EQ, gate, compressor, all in one place. It's a great tool when it comes to working with channel strips, especially for beginners. It's nice to have one plugin that you know can just cover your entire mix for you if you are just uneducated on what plugins are good to use, or even if you just don't have that many plugins and you can only buy one, grab this one and you're covered. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. Please make sure to leave a like and comment down below. Tell me what you think of the video. Tell me what you think of the R channel itself or any other plugins in the Renaissance collection. And please subscribe. Like I said, it helps out my channel a lot. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next Tuesday.
When the darkness surrounds your heart, just put your faith into love and truth. You will stand till the morning comes. We will stand till the morning comes. I will stand till the morning